Hello friends and welcome to Figure Study, where we appreciate the form in Transformers. Today, getting into a little bit of the Wave 3 of Titans Return. I don't know why I always add that extra S. With Twinferno. Now, as I think I've said in the past, no prior attachment to any headmasters other than Chrome Dome and Brainstorm. I have an attachment to Brainstorm, but I can't remember his name. Haha. Anyway, never owned the first guy. I honestly picked him up on a whim. I was at Walgreens, which it's weird. I have more luck getting these things at Walgreens than I do at the Toys R Us in our neighborhood, because the Toys R Us in our neighborhood is just that crappy. But anyway, bad tangent. Anyway, picked up Twinferno on a whim, and I honestly really like this guy. I wasn't, I didn't get him thinking I was going to hate him, but anyway, as you can see, it's a two-headed dragon. Not a bad looking one. A little bit boxy. A little bit weird with that kind of bend, but it's okay. Tail is a little bit thick, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, I actually kind of dig the two-headed dragon form. I mean, the overall look is nice. It doesn't, it looks robotic, but it doesn't necessarily look like it turns into a robot either, so it's oddly cohesive for a mechanical two-headed dragon. And of course, being a Titans Return figure, it is loaded with texture. I really like this kind of molded spine area on the back there. That's really cool. Because, the back looks good. The wings are nicely molded and detailed. The dragon heads, of course, look very nice. It'd be great if there was a third one. Could just, pretend it's King Ghidorah. Or Ghidorah, I guess, depending on which of the Godzilla movie versions you're familiar with. But yeah, just so much detail. Like, even on the inside here, there's some molded detail, which, again, always appreciate that. And I do like the kind of dragon pecs, and then this kind of weird buzzsaw looking thing that I guess is kind of from the original toy, I guess. I don't know. But it looks nice. And then, of course, you've got all the nice paint. The red here is a little bit covered up, which, it's kind of unfortunate, especially since it's front and center with the... Sorry, one second. Okay, fine, stay there, but stop attacking my lights. Don't attack my lights. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, the red, it kind of looks a little out of place just when you're looking at them from the front, but it's not terrible. Then unfortunately, if you get more of the underside, you get the, the thighs. But the rest of him, I do really like these silver vents. Definitely into those. And really now? Kittens were just fed, and they're determined to interrupt me. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, just again, nicely molded, nicely painted. They actually have the kind of faux fur texture here on the lower parts of the legs, and some nice little dragon talon looking things. And of course, his arms, oddly hairy as well, with the claws. And then we have the torso, where we have his little cockpit that flips up. And there is his Titan Master, Headmaster, whatever, sitting in there. And I'll just pop him out real quick, but we'll take a look at him in a moment. Just fish him out of the way. You're coming with me, buddy. Alright, and of course, being Titan's Return, not sure how well it's going to show up. Hard to see if it's actually showing up in this light, but they did actually mold some stuff on the inside, which always appreciated. Very cool. Now, yeah, I mean, just in terms of like the overall look of this guy, I actually really like his two-headed dragon mode. It's a little silly, yeah, but just like the way that the proportions work. I mean, yeah, it's a little off, but like it's a two-headed dragon. There's not a whole lot that you can really directly compare it to. And I really like the color scheme. I think the black and the gray with just a little bit of white on the heads and like that little bit of red looks great. I mean, it's a nice, really nice balance of colors. Now, looking at his Titan Master / Headmaster that I don't, again, haven't bothered to learn the name of. This fellow is interesting. He's not painted, of course, because Blur is apparently the only one who gets that honor, I guess. But he's got a little bit more color variation. He's got the white for the arms, legs, and head, but then the thighs are gray and the torso is black. So at least there's a little bit more color variation too there. And now I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on the camera because of how tiny these things are, but like if you can kind of see a little bit of the detail in there, he's got a lion face with an eye patch and little like lion claw feet. And now I was thinking he's some kind of piratey Tigatron, but I should have looked this up actually ahead of time. I'm sorry, but somebody on Twitter mentioned that he's actually an homage to, I think it was White Leo, who's a pretender, I think. Yeah, didn't bother to look it up because I'm a professional, but yeah, that is kind of cool. I mean, again, have no attachment to that character whatsoever, but I think it's nice to have a Headmaster or Titan Master that actually looks a little different than the rest of the fair. And now, pardon me a moment. I just looked it up because I didn't want to let it go. The Twitter user who let me know that he is a White Leo homage is Sentinel Maximus. So, thank you, Sentinel Maximus, for that info. Much appreciated. Anyway, there we have Twinferno's two-headed dragon mode and his little Titan Master. Now we'll get him into his robot mode. I almost forgot again. I almost did it, but I am not gonna let it slide this time. Bam. Size comparison. So I'm sure I'm not going to be. Well, I know I haven't been the only person to compliment Twinferno's transformation, but they really do a lot of clever things with this guy to make him like bulk out a little bit in the chest and transform the legs. It's very cool stuff, and of course there are like dozens, if not more, videos if you want to see that transformation for yourselves. But the end result is a very nice looking robot. And he, of course, has the dragon head hands, which I thought would bug me. Doesn't bug me at all. The only thing that really bugs me on this guy is the same thing that bugs everyone else, the fact that his elbows are here, so you can only do like the curl kind of thing. You don't actually get the like he's got the gorilla arms basically, and that bugs me. But other than that, I am really into him. I am a fan. And it's interesting too, like there's a little bit more white when he's in robot mode, a lot more red. But like, I don't know, I like the splashes of white that you get added here, like the head especially. It pops really nicely. And like the blue for the eye visors, eyes, whatever, also looks really nice. Loved how you've got that red from the shoulders, and now you see more of the red down here. The yellow is a nice little detail, but it's kind of, I don't know, doesn't quite fit the color scheme because there's no other yellow anywhere on him. But regardless, still nice. And of course you've got I still love this, like, the gray for the dragon necks going down to like the white for the head and the red eyes. That just looks really nice to me. And I like the sort of sleek robotic. I didn't mention this in his dragon mode, but I like that sleek robotic kind of heads that he has going. And for his boots, there's actually some nice looking below the knee legs for this guy. Just considering the dragon legs actually fold up and make his feet. It's surprising, but they work really well as feet. And they, it's big, clunky looking, but then you've got these like gray bits that kind of separate them out, so it's not just a solid block of black, and then some nice little silver knee pads. It all comes together very nicely. And you've also got some decent detail on the thighs there too, until you go into the inside where it's hollowed out. And of course, like, the back looks more or less similar to the dragon mode, where you got the wings. And this is, again, you can kind of adjust them however you want. I prefer to have them back because it kind of changes his silhouette even more from the dragon mode, where you see much more robot than dragon aside from the hands. But I do really like how this torso turns inside out to make the bulkier robot chest, and like that splash of red that you get from the shoulders. It's all really nice. And then of course you've got the nicely molded chest in here that actually kind of fits with the design of the cockpit pretty well. I mean, the plastic, it's a little bit darker of a gray, which it's actually more noticeable in these lights than it is in just regular room lights, but regardless, just the shape of it actually kind of starts to follow the contours of the chest and stomach area underneath it quite well, which I'm into that. It's good design. It is good design. And don't want to forget the face. Now, there's not a lot of paint on this guy's face, just for the eyes, but honestly, in this case, it doesn't bother me because, I mean, like, the white actually shows quite a bit of detail, and then the blue just like really, it really stands out nicely. And if it were a little bit lighter, then it would probably blend in with the white more, but as it is, it's like just the right shade where it's not too dark, but not so light that you lose it. And I do greatly appreciate that. And I know it's, the original is kind of the point, but still, it works really well here too. And then for the size comparison, there he is with Samus. So, he's a Titan's Return Deluxe. Not much to say about that. Now, the thing I wasn't expecting with this guy, he might actually be my current favorite of the Titan's Return figures that I own, which I think is saying something because I have Chrome Dome and Brainstorm, and I adore both of them. And I mean, I like all of the ones that I have, really, but I don't know, I really like this guy's transformation. He's fun to play with. I like how he doesn't turn into a vehicle. He turns into a two-headed dragon, but even though it's like he's basically going from one bipedal form to another, his silhouette changes dramatically in the process with the way that the legs become like a lower half and feet become legs, and all this turns inside out and shifts up. It's just really, I really like how much his overall body shifts to go between both modes, and I think he looks really cool. And like I said, I thought I'd be bothered by the dragon head hands, but honestly, I think they're really nice. I just wish he had proper elbows. That's the only real disappointment that I have, and wouldn't hate having a little more neck articulation for the dragons, but too late to change it now. One thing I would like to say, though, since this is the first third wave figure that I've gotten my hands on, I really like how what they've been doing with the Titans Return weapons in the third wave, where instead of getting like either one really big weapon that the Titan Master is supposed to sit in, or one big weapon and one small weapon, instead you get two normal-sized weapons that combine to make the seat for the Titan Master. Like, that is great. I really hope they keep doing that, because I am really into that. So, yeah, it's really liking Wave 3 so far. I'm not going to get, I forget the guy's name because I really don't care, but the one that's like a really gaudy repaint of Chrome Dome, that just, no, not for me. But I am hoping to get my hands on Trigger Happy. I mean, I know I could order him, but it costs like $30, and I don't know. I just don't know. I do want him, but I'm still kind of on the fence about paying what I know is a bit too much for him. I keep hoping I'll see him out in the wild, but so far, haven't had much luck. Regardless, I've been rambling for too long, I'm sorry. That has been my look at Titans Return, Wave 3, Twinferno. Honestly, great figure. I mean, he's really fun. I love transforming him back and forth. I love messing around with posing dragons and posing the robot, and he's got these little divots in his hands that actually hold the guns pretty well. You know, barring the minor annoyances of the elbows. I really enjoy this guy. He is a good time. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any combination of those three would make me a happy Rob. And remember, art is more than meets the eye.